Hey, what's up? Hello, everyone. Welcome into Fantasy Filmball, the show where we turn movies into sports and sports into something we don't talk about here. My name is Matt.
My name is Dyl, and this is going to be our November waivers for our Fantasy Filmball game. I feel like the best way just to introduce our range of guests is just to go into where our current standings are at. So in first place with 724 points, he has 4 films with over 100 points in the game, 2 more with over 90. And I would say, you can give or take a little bit, but 3 best picture contenders on his hands. He's got The Holdovers, he's got Air, he's got Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, and that is Brother Bro.
Congrats to me on having holdovers, I guess.
And in second place at the moment, Dylan, you've got 300-point plus films and just a very consistent team all around with 5 films that are currently kind of factoring into the Best Picture race, whether you believe in them all or not. You've got Killers of the Flower Moon, American Fiction, Zone of Interest, May December, Priscilla. That is a hell of a lineup, Dylan.
You may say consistent across the board. I don't see a winner in that bunch, but I guess we get to see just having the winner matter most or just having the most films in the race. But after me, in third place with a total of 566 points is Arnaud. He has Anatomy as his only film over 100 points, but is the highest in the game, as well as being the highest amongst all of us having the highest rating from all of our viewings of the film. And then he has 4 daughters right in between that 90 to 100 range. And I would say he's got 3 films in the Best Picture race. Those are Poor Things, Anatomy of a Fall, and this one's a little bit further away on the outside looking in, but it's still like top 25 being the taste of things.
And maybe Wonka hasn't played yet. We don't know.
Maybe Wonka.
Maybe Wonka. I actually think the movie looks great, so I'm excited. And then in fourth place, I'm following us up. I've got 513 points right now. Barbie is my only 100-point plus film, but I'm happy with that because at the moment I've got 4 movies in the Best Picture race. I'd say more 3. I got Barbie, Maestro, All of Us Strangers, and as a real stretch, The Boy and the Heron.
After Matt, in fifth place, we had The Film Drunk, who has a total of 409 points. He's got the big film in the game on his roster, Oppenheimer. It's his only film with 100 plus points, but Guardians of the Galaxy is just about to eclipse that mark. And I would say he has 2 films solidly in the race. One, maybe a stretch, being Oppenheimer, Saltburn, and Ferrari.
My team kind of trash. Like the logic with taking risks is that you expect at least 1 or 2 of them to hit, and I'm not sure they're hitting, and like unless Society of the Snow, which I heard is good, unless I managed to hit on that one. But yeah.
Maybe it's all quiet.
Who knows? Who knows?
Your waiver last month didn't pan out too well, did it?
Took another swing. And I saw everyone give it 2 stars that I followed on Letterboxd. So not great for me.
Woo.
Not great. But
talking about Freud's last session.
This just shows how strong one movie can be in the game. If Oppenheimer sweeps, let's say, picture, director, actor, supporting actor, adapted screenplay, and text, is that enough to win? I guess we'll have to find out.
I don't know if you guys are baseball guys. We don't talk about sports here, but Film Drunk, your team is very similar to the Los Angeles Angels right now. Oppenheimer's Shohei Ohtani. Everything else is the rest of the Angels.
That's fair. Shout out Ohtani.
Austin, you are currently coming in last place at the moment, but a lot can change in the game. You have 382 points right now with 2 100-plus point films, with Blackberry just about to reach that milestone. And at the moment, you got 4 films in the hunt for that Best Picture nomination, being Past Lives, The Color Purple, Napoleon, and maybe Origin.
Well, I want to thank you all for coming today to the official funeral of the Called Shot. Rest in peace. The streak ends at 3. One life got pushed to next year. So it was not a good month for my team. I think Bike Riders also got pulled from the calendar. It might still get a qualifying run, but it's not
Origin
looking good.
Is not confirmed either, is it?
No, Origin, it's confirmed for
Origin's
it's
confirmed.
confirmed for
it is. Okay, my bad.
Yeah, limited in December, then wide to everyone in February, which is a very weird strategy. Trust in Neon.
All right. So the way we're going to do this, same as last month, we are going to start up a trading period right here. If anyone wants to offer any trades, last month we tossed around a few trades that didn't end up going through. A couple that were up in the air that did not go through last month. Air for Rustin, American Fiction for Maestro. Those did not happen. We're going to see if anything happens this month. So does anyone have any trades they'd like to offer?
Yeah, I got one. And Jonathan, I don't know if you're interested at all, but you've played fantasy sports. You know how this works out. I have the top waiver priority. There's a lot of great films out there on the board. I can offer this top priority and Bob Marley, which you can just get rid of immediately, for your waiver priority down at number 3. and Society of the Snow.
Nah.
I didn't think
I'm
so,
good.
but I think it was worth a shot. That's a great call that you had. I think that's going to be something big. I think it can be international plus a tech or two. So I think you have yourself a great movie there in the 10th round.
If you asked me last month, I might
Darn.
have bit on that one.
What would it take to get you to part with Society of the Snow? I'm also interested in it.
Past lives.
Maybe next month.
Okay.
Yeah, Past Lives hasn't fallen that far yet.
On that topic, though, I've been thinking about this. I think I might regret this. Just to test the waters, Dylan, American Fiction for Past Lives.
I think you're talking to the wrong
Ooh.
guy. I had Past Lives getting a solo screenplay nomination.
Oh, wow.
My logic is I think Past Lives is going to do really well on the indie circuit. Like we saw it did well at the Gothams. It's going to do well at Indie Spirits. I think that's a good baseline.
If I wasn't the one having American Fiction, I think it would have been a good trade to pull off. It's just after seeing American Fiction, I am aboard the hype train, and Past Lives was something I was a little bit more mixed on earlier. And it's when I could see falling out of some of those categories. We just got the music awards today, and it got blanketed there as well. So it looks
Wild.
like screenplay, picture, what else can it pick up? Actresses stacked, editing, maybe.
Unfortunately, I think it's a one and done movie too.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's
Wow.
just screenplay.
If Past Lives isn't in, like every movie that I think is worse that's in like that bottom 5, I'm gonna just start to hate.
Yeah. Oh,
Well,
yeah.
Like it's
Speaking of-
insane that you can come up with 10 films that are better.
Yeah.
I
Well,
want to
speaking of a
ask you,
movie-
like, do you think that Zone of Interest and Past Lives can both get in as like lower tier contenders?
I might be falsely optimistic about it, but I do have them both in. It may,
mean,
it may be
that's
a
what
reach,
it
though. I
that's
get
what it takes, you know, like how last year The Whale was almost in. It would have to be A24 getting 2 of like that level of movies in.
Well, speaking of zone of interest, I want to adjust a little bit of a trade that Matt and I had talked about last month. It was American Fiction, but what are your thoughts on zone of interest for Maestro?
No,
Oh.
no way. I wouldn't even do American Fiction for Maestro, and I have American Fiction winning Best Picture.
Interesting. All right. Well, it's worth a shot.
You have American Fiction winning Best Picture.
I have American Fiction winning Best Picture. I think it's gonna get.
This guy doesn't have Anatomy of a Fall in his top 13.
Yeah, I mean,
don't know that.
am
Going
I
crazy.
taking some swings? Yeah, but
You're on
I
a
have
Jeff
American
Snyder or something.
Fiction. I'm on my Clayton Davis shit, is what I'd say.
Okay.
I'm
That's
trying to.
fair.
I'm
Do you
trying to
also have
call
Jeffrey
things-
Wright in Best Actor?
I do.
You have him
do.
winning?
No, not winning.
Okay.
Oh my
I
God,
think-
no.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
I
American
have
Fiction
it
wins
taking a
screenplay and wins
spotlight.
picture.
I have a spotlight package for it. I think that other movies are gonna kind of take other things. At the end of the day, I can't see Oppenheimer sustaining frontrunner status all the way from July all the way till March. I just can't see that happen. So I think something's going to take the lead at some point. American Fiction is under the radar at this point. I think it's going to win a lot of Golden Globes and be over-nominated at the Golden Globes. It's going to underperform with critics groups. So people will kind of keep thinking, oh, it's really not a thing. And then, you know, we get to those industry awards. It could win SAG Ensemble. It could win PGA. WGA doesn't fucking matter anymore. So, but I think it would have won WGA for adapted screenplay. That's the path to the Oscars. I think, honestly, it's just palatable film that older Academy voters will feel is like super important, and they're cool for voting that film. It's a Green Book Coda winner.
It's a
I was
good
just about to
argument. I think
say,
it's
I
like
was-
a coda.
yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just about to say the worst thing that could happen to American Fiction is if it beats Oppenheimer.
Oh
Just
yeah,
when you
I
look
think it's
back
gonna
on
go
it.
down as
Oh,
like
man, that
one
would
of
be
the
bad.
worst. People will think it's one of the worst winners ever if my theory
Yeah,
comes
if-
true.
if-
I give up on this
Included.
if Golden Globes come around and it's
Fair.
nothing. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm like
I
really curious what people will think about the politics of the movie and like how they'll commentate on it. Because I'm still
Yeah.
kind of like wrapping my head around it, like what I think. I kind of want to see think pieces on it. But I think even regardless, it's not challenging in like a severe or like deep way for anybody in a strange way, because it is like
It's
giving a
really
little bit of
palatable.
an unmainstream message, but at the same time, like it's not gonna miss anybody. I
At
could see it
least-
doing a coda thing. Like I was arguing with Cole today about like what's gonna win SAG Ensemble, and we were like, oh yeah, Barbie or maybe Oppenheimer, maybe Poor Things, and I was like, if American Fiction gets nominated, that might win. And then I was like, we think it's going to win WGA. So like, then we have to reckon with it in Best Picture. That's exactly what happened with Coda. I think it's a solid reasoning, even though I
Yeah.
don't have it at number 1. or even I don't know if I have my top 5 honestly, but
Fair
it's
enough.
it's in Coda's slot right now. It's like
That's
right
scary.
right around
That's
there.
scary to think about.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like if you think back to like the Green Book year, the Coda year, right now, how people are talking about it is exactly the way that people were talking about those movies.
The problem is more that like it can't win it. I mean, not that it can't, but it probably won't win an acting award.
Yeah.
Is it like a huge
probably
problem? Nah, I mean, but it probably won't win anything. If it had like an acting win in there, I would be like more gung-ho about it.
I mean,
But
in the past
what
few
if-
years, every TIFF People's Choice Award has went on to at least win 1 Oscar, except for last year where the Fabelmans didn't win anything. You could make an argument it would have won supporting actress if Michelle Williams hadn't switched. We don't know. That's hypothetical. If this were to hypothetically continue, maybe American Fiction's best shot is in the screenplay category.
It is.
And
Yeah.
it's
it would be.
scary for me to think, but maybe people will just latch onto that as, oh, we want to give it something. That's an important prize. So
I mean,
Do you-
in a just world, Sterling K. Brown would be winning supporting actor, but no one
Absolutely
else is
not.
ready for that conversation. he should be walking away with that. So the SAG
Okay.
ensemble win would get him
get
the
the
win.
hell out of here.
Cool.
Maybe for Waves.
It's a
Yeah,
mega
I don't know
board
what
for
it is.
Waves. I guess with that being said, of American Fiction's not happening for Zone of Interest. Does
No.
anyone else have any final trade offers before we dive into the physical waiver part this month?
I don't think I can convince anyone to take Foe or Pioneer Hustlers.
No.
Who wants
no.
I think I'm
Naiad?
good.
Who wants Naiad?
We could just
Oh,
trade like bottom of the barrel
I-
stuff all day.
I
I'll take
mean-
Naiad over those things.
I
I
would
I can offer the
consider.
Little Mermaid. I can offer the
I
Little
would-
Mermaid from Naiad.
I'd consider Asteroid City for Naiad.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Damn.
Yeah, I
Damn.
don't think so.
Oh man. What about Dumb Money?
Just guaranteed nothing.
I'll flip it
I
around.
like
I'll flip it
Dumb
around,
Money.
Jonathan. What about Bob Marley in this waiver pick for Naiad and your waiver pick?
Nah,
All right,
Nah.
all right.
nah, I'm good. I'm good.
Man, we just cannot get trades going.
No,
We
my
can.
brain is still on American Fiction right now because, like, as someone who likes it, I will root against it if it wins Best Picture. If it,
Oh,
like,
I don't need
I
it to
like the
happen
movie
either.
a lot. Actually, I like it a lot. If it is on the trajectory to win Best Picture, I will turn against it. I'm letting your viewers know right now.
Dude, it's the villain. I keep seeing people say Maestro's
Yeah.
the award season villain. No, it's American Fiction.
For those who are watching this video who haven't seen it, picture, just think in your head to like the last film you gave a 6 out of 10 to on Letterboxd, and think like, oh yeah, that was an enjoyable film, right? That was a nice film. Now imagine that on the stage at the Oscars winning Best Picture. You
Yeah,
would probably
Coda.
hate it, right?
I mean, that
Coda.
happened a few years ago, honestly.
That
but,
was Coda.
Yeah, that's Coda to me.
No Coda slander allowed here.
Oh, my bad.
at least at the film festival I just went to, the buzz for American Fiction was through the roof, but there were still some people who realized the movie was making fun of them and despised it and would like shit talk it across the board. So there are definitely the seeds already there for this being the villain, for
Very
it being the movie
self-aware
that
people.
people don't like, but it's everyone else who just ate it up, who is the audience it's making fun of. That's also the Oscar voters, and maybe that's good enough to get it into the race to be a top 5 player.
You know, it'd be very funny though, seeing The Color Purple and American Fiction in the same category.
Globes Comedy Musical.
Very funny.
Between Barbie and American Fiction, like skewering yourself is like the
Yeah.
thing to do.
The other thing
Mattel.
with the type of self-deprecation that's in American Fiction is by voting for it, it's like people who are voting for it would be saying, "Oh, but that's not me. Oh, that's not me."
I
See,
know.
I voted
Yeah.
for it. I liked it. If no one else has any trades to offer, I'm open to giving away Asteroid City. I don't want to waiver it, but if anyone has anything for Asteroid City,
I'll take one more shot
Going
on something
once.
else here. Speaking of potential award season villains, I'm interested in Air, Justin. So I've been starting to think, I'm not predicting it for anything at the Oscars right now, but I'm starting to think it could get like random guild stuff. Like PGA could go for it. We know SAG loves Viola Davis.
Sure can.
If you're interested for maybe like Napoleon,
Oh.
Past lives.
for Air, oh,
not quite at that
be
level
real.
yet.
I mean, I got offered Napoleon, so I
Matt,
have the least faith in Napoleon that like anybody could have.
I would even consider 20 Days in Mariupol for Air.
That's better, but I won't take that.
Matt, you wouldn't be interested in trading Asteroid City for How to Have Sex, would you?
No, I'm sorry. I don't see How to Have Sex getting anything.
Yeah, me either, now that I've seen it.
That brings us to waivers. And since I skipped last month, that means I had the top priority. And as I've said multiple times, Bob Marley, One Love, I am officially ridding the ship with. It is delayed to next year. And with this pick, there's a few options I go here. I have like 8 movies I'm kind of eyeing, but there's one that's clearly still been on the board. People have made fun of us on our Discord and our videos for why is this movie still available? So I'll take the bite, and that is The Eternal Memory.
Oh,
okay.
I did not like The Eternal Memory. No
I was
disrespect.
also not a huge fan, but it is a good choice. It's got a good point total at this point, and it's going to keep getting points. I think it will get the Oscar nomination.
I think it's one of those films where in the field right now, it's just going to consistently be nominated everywhere and probably not win anything. It's that kind of movie.
I mean, I have a horrible track record of picking documentaries in this game. I feel like every year, with the exception of last year, I just consistently pick the ones that miss the short list. So who knows? Eternal Memory can join that club.
I think you're good with this one. I think they're like generally in this race, there'll be a few like ups and downs, but I think it's the 3 secure nominations almost everywhere is going to be 20 Days in Mariupol, Beyond Utopia, and Eternal Memory.
Can I drop a film and grab a film?
Next up is Austin here.
Oh, okay, we're doing okay.
You're gonna be the last. You're in first place right now, Justin. You're doing too good right now.
Yeah, I gotta be slowed down.
All right, so I'm next. Well, I'm definitely dropping One Life, unfortunately. Rest in peace once again to the Called Shot. We just had the Critics' Choice documentary nominations recently. Reaffirmed my faith in the film that I took originally in the draft, which I dropped last month. I have to stay on brand here. I'm sorry, but Deepest Breath, welcome back to the team. I never doubted you. You're doing great. You're gonna get that Oscar nomination. You're gonna be that free solo, that My Octopus Teacher. You're gonna get that win.
Nice.
I mean, this must be a first in the game. Drop a movie, pick it back up. I love it.
We'll just pretend One Life was your drop last month.
We'll pretend that Deepest Breath was my Called Shot for this year too.
Jonathan, I think you're next.
Okay, let's see. So I have Monster there, which isn't Japan's selection, but like, it's a good movie. I would rather drop Next Goal Wins, which most people forget that it's even coming out. Not even a good movie anyways. So I am going to drop Next Goal Wins. That was a risk in whatever round I took it. Did not pay off. Do I keep up with the bit and pick a movie that no one has seen?
It played out really well for you with Freud's Last Session. So
It did. Yeah, whatever. I'll keep up with the bit. The Iron Claw. To me,
oh, finally someone takes it. I had actually completely forgotten no one had that.
It was either that or another one.
Personally, I think there's a reason why no one has it, but hopefully it works out.
What you mean? What you mean? Jeremy Allen White coming for that Oscar nom.
I mean,
you heard it here first.
Clayton Davis had it winning Best Picture at one point. So
there we go.
I heard people say it was going to be the feel bad movie of the year, so I actually looked up the story behind it, and woof, whoa,
it's a wild story.
It's
coming though. Jeremy Allen White's coming
out Christmas Day. Can't wait to feel awful.
Well, last month, Matt, you picked up Chicken Run, which seems weird that it wasn't drafted, but also makes sense. Yeah. So what are you going to follow up with this month? Or just to remind everyone, you can skip for better priority next month if that's something that you choose.
Well, I'm not going to skip because as much as I think Fingernails is a great movie, it's not going anywhere. It's not going to be nominated anywhere. It is just kind of a movie that no one cares about, unfortunately. So I'm going to drop Fingernails, and I am going to pick up something that I think could do pretty well at the Golden Globes, at the Indie Spirits. I'm gonna take Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret.
Forgot no one had that.
I'm with you though. Fingernails is good.
It is good.
I don't understand the reception for it, to be honest.
Honestly, it's like, is it Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind? No, it's not.
It's better.
You think? Wait, what? Huh? Slow down.
I don't really care for Eternal Sunshine.
I don't know.
I can't get into it. I don't know why. I watched it and I just can't get into it. When he's like a little baby under the table, I was like, what the fuck is going on?
What is this? Sever ties.
I'm like, what is this?
Man,
I haven't seen Fingernails yet, but I really liked the director's previous film, Apples, so I'm looking forward to it.
Arnaud, what are you taking?
I wasn't very specific last month about dropping Memory. I dropped it kind of assuming, okay, this film still doesn't have a distributor. And we just got news like a week ago that it just got like picked up by Ketchup Entertainment, which I'd never heard about, for a last minute Christmas release and a last minute awards push for Chastain in actress, and notably Peter Skarsgård in supporting actor, which he won the Volpe Cup for. I'm gonna be bummed if this film actually winds up performing.
You could always pull
take
an
it back up.
Austin and take
I'm
it back.
not gonna, at least not right now. I'm not taking it back. I look at my team, and other than maybe 3 films that I'm really happy with, like a lot of them I think are shaky at best, and some of them are just trash. So I think that there's a good like bottom half of my team that is just not doing that well. And there are a few films I'll be very happy to drop, but I think I'm going to skip this week because it seems like the films I'm interested in are clearly not the ones that people are eager to pick right now based on what you guys have taken so far. So I feel confident that I can consider the next batch of news and awards next week and make a more informed decision.
I rate that.
All right, Justin, now it's your time.
I'm gonna make this simple. I'm gonna go take Pain Hustlers out for American Symphony. If no one knows that.
Good one. Yep.
Yeah.
American Symphony. I just saw the other day. I do think this can get into documentary feature. It's not as much about Batista's amazing talent as it's about his partner's battle with cancer during his like rise to fame and how he's not really able to deal with it because he has to show face to the public. And I think this could get into both documentary and song. So I think this is a great pick here.
Quick question for you guys. Assuming, Netflix has done very well in getting at least one documentary in the best documentary race, which film do we think that is this year? Because there's also Stamped from the Beginning.
That's the one.
Yeah, I think that's the one. I know what Austin's going to say.
Oh, right.
I have the winner on my team, baby.
So what did you think of Stamped?
For some reason, I had like a week of like all these documentaries. Nothing holds a candle to Beyond Utopia. Like Beyond Utopia by a mile. No, I haven't. The ones I've seen, honestly, I don't care about almost any of them except for Beyond Utopia. But Stamped from the Beginning was the next one.
In a month, we'll all be back here for our December waivers. But I want to thank everyone for being here today and thank everyone who's made this far in the video. If you've made this far, consider a like, a comment, subscription. It helps us grow, keeps you connected. But until next time, my name is Dyl.
My name is Matt, and thank you all for coming.